Who is Paul? Well, that's a name that you probably recognize from the Bible. But let me just give you a little bit of backstory. Before we dive into what makes him such an interesting person, Paul was a Hebrew man who was born in Tarsus, which is in modern-day Turkey. He was a Jew, actually a Pharisee, which was like the top of the top when it came to the religious leaders in the day. He went to school in Jerusalem under the famous Rabbi Gamaliel. And one day he was out, I believe in the street, and some Christians were praying, and he basically ran up to them, told them they were crazy, and started beating them. And then he even went to the high priest and said, "Hey, these Christians, they're a threat to our religion. You got to check them out." And so the high priest was like, "Yeah, you know what? I agree with you. Let's go beat up some Christians." So he literally spent his life up until this point persecuting Christians. But after he did this, he heard a voice that said, "Saul, why are you persecuting me?" And he was like, "Who said that?" And the voice was like, "It's me, it's Jesus." And he fell to the ground, and he was like, "Oh, Jesus, what do you want from me?" And Jesus said, "Get up. I want you to go to Damascus, and there you will be told what you need to do." So he gets up, goes to Damascus, meets some people, has a vision, comes back, starts preaching the gospel, the good news about Jesus. And not only that, but he becomes the theologian, the writer of many of the books in the New Testament. So what's the point? Well, I think there's two big points that we see from Paul's story. No. 1. Your past doesn't disqualify you from God's future. Okay? God can use you. I mean, I'm just a random dude making videos on the internet. I don't know about you, but I feel like I've done a lot of stupid stuff in my past, and I'm sure you have too. We can't undo the past, but the past doesn't dictate the future. God can change your story in a moment and use you in a powerful way. Like Paul, he literally went from being a guy who hated Christians to being a guy who wrote most of the New Testament. That's like a complete flip, and that's what God can do. And then 2, God can flip your story in a moment. In a moment, everything changed for Paul. In a moment, he heard that voice. In a moment, he had that encounter with Jesus. And in a moment, his life was completely flipped upside down and turned right side up. God can do that in our lives as well. We may feel like we're really messed up. We may feel like we've made too many mistakes. But if we put our trust in Jesus, He can wash us, He can cleanse us, He can forgive us. And in a moment, He can change our story and our direction in life. So if you're feeling convicted right now, if you're feeling like I need to change my ways, guess what? God is ready to change your ways. He's ready to flip your story if you're willing to trust in Him. Will you trust in Him today?
You do.
Leave a comment below. Say, "God, I want you to change my story."
Okay.
And let's see how many people put it into the comments section.